What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sliders Podcast. You are joined by your host, Tom, man of the streets.
You forgot your name.
I didn't forget, man. Anyway, man of the streets. I'm the voice of the streets. I speak for the man on the streets. And we also have...
You got who's Tav? Tom,
that was just
that was terrible.
I don't even care about you. But
That was terrible.
Oh wow, okay, fair
That
enough.
was terrible.
You have your boy Who's Mo, find out on the pod, aka the champion. You know what it is. I'm also joined by
Tom. So we have also today.
I'm confused. When will it stop? Let's unpack that.
When will stop?
Your theft of my intro stop? It was entertaining the first time. You know, it was cute, you know, as it went along. But when will it actually stop? When will that stop? When can I say it's who's Tav, find it on the pod, aka the champion? When can I say that and know it's truly mine, Mo?
when I decide I want to give it back.
Or maybe when you decide to come up with something original.
It is original. Okay, all right, cool. What are the topics for today? I'm tired.
The descendants, the daughters of Eve, have been running rampant on the timeline. They have been running rampant.
Did Eve have daughters? Or was it just Cain and Abel?
She has daughters, fam. You can see them in this day and age.
Actually, no, she must have, you know.
And speaking about Eve, yeah, I don't want to seem like all we do is bash women because the past few episodes have been a bit, you know. But fam, women do a lot of wrong in the Bible. There's a lot of wrong.
Fair, men do too, Tav.
It's true.
Not as much.
What?
Not as much.
What do you mean?
Tav, I'm
as
pretty
much.
sure they do more.
Samson and Delilah, Lot's wife,
No,
Eve.
but wait. I feel like women... See, let's say you don't believe in the Bible, yeah?
Yeah.
And you just think it's a book that was written to support, I don't know, whatever men back in the day, I'm talking 2,000 plus years ago, how they wanted to run society, yeah?
What, the patriarchy?
The patriarchy, if that's what you wish to call it, the patriarchy.
You're
man.
your timeline. man.
So, if you look at the way women were portrayed in the Bible, especially when you look back at the first appearance of a woman, so Eve, and how she was the real reason Adam fucked it up. You just start to look at women differently. Like, you man ain't smart, you ain't intelligent, you should never be in any positions of power because we all see what will happen.
What are you? That's not where I went with this.
No, but that's what I'm getting. That's what
That's
you're
what you
saying.
took away from the Bible.
No. I say if you don't allow me.
Guys. Guys. Hold
I'm
on.
not saying that
Hold
though.
on. We're gonna
I'm saying if
guys,
you,
no, we're putting a pin in this right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a pin in this.
I'm just talking real. I'm talking
All I'm
real,
saying
man.
is that in the Bible, since men are the ones that in power back in those days, they did do a lot more wrong than women do.
True. There was
Because
the
they had the
guy
most opportunity,
who
like,
got
bro.
his friend killed so he could sleep with his wife.
It wasn't his friend. It was King David when he sent he saw her showering on the roof, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then man said he said
We told her to shower outside though.
To be fair, was it allowed back in those days? Just to be sure.
It might have been.
I don't know. All I'm saying,
I mean, they didn't have running water.
All
innit?
I'm saying,
So-
man said he wants her, so he said, "You go to the front lines." He got there, so he was like, "It's not adultery no more." And to pipe his wife.
Is that even necessarily bad? If you're a king, you can make those decisions.
But there was the intention. He had bad intentions.
No, but the guy that died on the front lines, he had the chance to, you know, do his bit for the country. If he had been a good soldier, he wouldn't have died.
He was set up, Mo. There's no defending this. What are you talking about?
I'm not defending
There's
it.
no defending this.
I'm not defending
his
it. I'm
intent
just
was
saying-
bad. His intent was bad. And he's a king, bro. You can get any woman you want, but you said, I want
Just
the
out
one
of
that
curiosity-
showers
sorry,
outside.
Just out of curiosity, are we going to use the start of this podcast?
What do you mean?
Sure.
You guys are doing what you want, innit? So
Never mind that. Mo went on a little rampage. I was like,
no, it's not even a rampage. Wait, bro, I'm not saying
I'm just asking. I'm keeping that in.
So,
Yeah,
you know,
we might as well. And while we're on
This
the
is
topic
terrible.
of women and it's Black History Month, Mo, do you have something to say?
what do you mean?
You owe a certain group of people an apology for what happened last week.
Last week, the black fishing thing. For sending them to go back to Africa.
Yes.
Would
Would you like to apologize?
If you misunderstood,
Don't
what
do
I
that.
said-
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, so let me reiterate myself. So what I said last week 2 times, but I'll say it again for you now. just in case you weren't listening or you refused to understand, is that if you feel outnumbered, you should go back to where you came from.
That's not an apology.
So, if you're offended by that...
No.
That's not an apology.
I refuse to apologize.
That's not how you pronounce I'm sorry.
Properly, bro.
Now, I'll tell you this. I received a message from someone near and dear to me about the comment I made. Okay? This is a woman I very much respect. And she was able to have nice discourse with me. We discussed it. There was no anger, no frustration. It's just simply discussion. If anyone is offended, they can do that by themselves. If you want to talk about it, we can talk. Otherwise, I'm not interested.
Most DMs are open if you want to talk to him about what he said.
Okay,
Yeah. But I won't see them, most likely.
Most anti-blackness doesn't represent this podcast.
I'm not anti-black.
You told black women to go back to Africa.
If you feel outnumbered, I told Asian women and white and any other minority
You
women
didn't
as well.
tell Asian women. You
I
said
did actually.
black
I
women.
did. And I reiterated to myself. I did. I said if you're a black, no, the first time I said black woman, yeah, because we were talking about black women. The second time I reiterated it, I said black woman, Asian woman. But actually, I realized I was a mistake in what I said. It's not just black women. It's black people, Asian people. So it's man or woman. You should go back to your country if you feel outnumbered, and it actually affects you like that personally. But
How do you celebrate Black History Month? I'm curious. Do you just look at like white slave owners and say, "You man fucked it up"? How do you celebrate?
No, wait. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about why people fucking show up. Yeah.
He goes to every white person and says, "I'm so sorry. I know this is a hard month for you."
You got your head up as well. I swear I hate this. You know what? I should just leave this episode. I'm being dragged for no reason.
You're not being dragged.
You're
not being dragged. You're not being dragged.
But said he goes to every time he sees white person, he's like, "It's a fucking shame, isn't it? It's a fucking shame."
Let's talk about things that are a shame. It's a shame that a lot of countries in Africa got their independence too early before proper. What's the word? Infrastructure could be.
I think the word is let me stop. What do you mean we got it too early?
No, because when we got it for the most part. So let me just talk about Nigeria because I know Nigeria. When we got it, it's just that we weren't ready for the independence.
The independence shouldn't have been taken from them in the first place.
No, I agree with you. In an ideal world,
they weren't ready, but the British left certain people in power to ensure that the country didn't thrive.
You think so?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Bro, come on.
I don't know about that one.
They left the military to run things.
No, the military. They left the Northerners, bro.
The Northerners, sorry. The
So
uneducated
what's wrong with the
ones.
Northerners? You don't like the Northerners? See, look at this bias just coming out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait,
fam.
let Mo finish this point.
So
actually.
all I was gonna say is that whether or not you believe that the British wanted Nigeria to be shit and all the other colonies to be shitholes, I don't know about that. I'll do some more research into that. But all I know for sure is that we got it too early. We were not prepared to run the country ourselves. Was the education in Nigeria up to par? With, which is that's upsetting. I think we should have got a lot of that. I feel like it should have been more of a dragged out process. Like, oh, you are going to be independent. Let's set out our roadmap. Let's set out some things we want the country to have in place before we go.
Yeah, what Mo's saying isn't wild.
If it was like that, I swear to you, Nigeria would be so blessed right now, fam.
Most African countries with that train of thought would be blessed too, because it was more of a, like you're saying, drop everything and run.
Yeah, exactly.
And stop everything, and you didn't really pass on much information. Similar thing happened to Zimbabwe.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not blaming Nigeria. No. I'm not blaming Nigeria, fam. I'm talking about that's what I'm saying. We got it too early. Like, it's not like if you give a kid,
I'm just saying,
a fucking castle. To upkeep, that shit's going downhill. That's why if I'm back in the day, if you had a kid that was supposed to be king, he's not governing from the age of 3. You're going to have some person in power to help him, to do most of the job for real, but you're training him. This is how this goes. When he reaches the right age, he takes the keys to the kingdom. We didn't have we got the keys too early. We got the keys too early.
Similar thing happened with Zim where, the colonizers were kicked out too early. And what happened is, I think Zim manufactured, was it maize? We basically manufactured a specific sauce. And then when the colonizers left, that specific sauce was tied a lot to our economy and how well we did as a country. So because they left, they didn't really teach the people that took over like how to keep it going. Yeah. And things went on a slow decline because of that. And like what you're saying, maybe other places were like that too in the other countries.
Honestly, man. Africa's a big what if.
Anyway.
It is a what if.
So sad, but
I don't think this
What's sad is that people put faith in Wakanda more than actual Africa, fam.
I don't think that's what the podcast is actually meant to be about today.
I mean, it's Black History
I mean, it's
Month,
Black
Tom.
History
Are you
Month,
silencing
Tom.
our voices?
Honestly.
No, we just had topics.
We started talking about Africa. You started sweating from
Do I look like Mo?
Oh, I love
look
it.
like
What is this?
Okay.
I say it's too easy to just say I hate Africa, you know, but I love Africa.
You just hate Africans.
No, I love Africans too.
You told them to go home.
No, I told westernized people that are from Africa to go home if they're uncomfortable.
Do you feel okay? The last episode you said that you feel welcomed. Like Tom, do you feel welcomed in this country as a black person? Because there's some people that don't genuinely just don't feel.
You mean by
Overall,
white people? Or do you
By
mean
the country,
by the
country, the people who run it, the people you see on your day to day.
Like,
Do you
of
genuinely
course.
feel that you belong in this country?
do you feel like an outsider?
I don't feel like it's my country. I don't really care. I don't feel like it's mine.
And
I
what
don't
tells
really,
you?
I don't really have a problem with it.
But what gives you that sense
'Cause I
of
don't-
this
I don't-
isn't mine?
I don't really accept this country as mine. But in fact, I wasn't even born here, so I guess it's different for me.
Yeah,
No,
he's Irish, man.
No, I wasn't actually even
You go
born
back
here.
to where you came from, fam. That's all I got.
So did you feel
Happily.
accepted in Ireland?
Happily, I'll fucking go back.
Did you feel accepted in Ireland?
I feel accepted. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
So where do you feel accepted, Tom?
I don't know. I never really thought about it. I don't think I really cared, to be fair. I'm just here to live my life. Whether they accept me or not, that's not my business.
Just floating. Mo, do you feel you're accepted?
Of
yeah,
course
I do.
he does.
I do feel accepted, Joe.
Okay.
I haven't had,
Until
any
this-
qualms growing up. You know?
Until this conservative France decides to use him as a scapegoat.
Do you
He
feel
will
do you feel accepted when the country responds to certain racial issues?
Oh, you mean like what happened to Saka
yeah,
and them,
do you
man?
feel accepted in this country through and through, or do you now and again get a reminder, like when the Black Lives Matter situation happened a couple years back? Oh, sorry, last year. When that happened, how did you feel about the country then?
Ooh, that's a good.
Because there are moments where as a black person, I can say it fluctuates. If I'm being honest, like,
Yeah, it's true.
can you say through and through?
I'll say for the most part, I feel accepted. I don't really have any issues when the Black Lives Matter things that happens or happened last year. George Floyd, and then it spilled out in the UK as well. All the statues coming down and shit. It raises questions. Yeah, I mean, it gives certain people a chance to expose themselves, but that's in a way that they really don't get to show throughout most of the time that you're here anyway. I mean, before George Floyd died, were people calling for a statue to be pulled down in the UK? No, they weren't. Or as far as I knew, they weren't. So there was no need to have a conversation about it. So people weren't defending it. But now, I don't know. I feel like it just makes me sad for both sides, because on one hand, wait, let me explain, because on one hand,
I
I'm
love
like,
this guy. Actually,
He'll never give us.
I actually
No,
love
wait,
this
no,
guy.
wait,
I love
wait,
this
wait.
guy.
No, wait, listen. Because on one hand, yeah, and this is where I'm with you guys completely, I'm sure, it's like,
I'm not sure.
I want black people to be respected. I want us to have, equal chances, all that shit in the
You
country.
do?
Yeah, of course I do, Tom. Don't do me like that. I love us, black people. However, what I don't want to do is as a black British person, I don't want to take, or accept the fact that, because I'm black and, we've struggled in the past, I don't want to just shit on history just for the sake of it. Or history that isn't necessarily just tied to us. So, for example, Winston Churchill was apparently a racist.
Okay. What do you mean apparently a racist? It's history.
Yeah, so it's history. So I believe he made racist comments, but I don't know for sure.
I swear. Wait, hold on.
I believe he did make racist comments.
Tom, can you confirm this,
Didn't he
please?
do a madness in India?
He probably did.
No, he did. I swear.
So he's definitely made some racist comments. I don't know about black people, but he's been racist. Yeah. So I'm not saying he should be celebrated for that.
no,
But then his work in World War II should be celebrated,
Yeah,
which is
but-
why he has a statue in the first place. He wasn't given a statue for anything else but his work in World War II.
apparently he was actually really responsible for the famine in. Winston Churchill in India is remembered as the man who caused the devastating Bengal famine.
They won't celebrate him over there. That's
Fair enough.
understandable.
But anything to do with like him being racist?
No, I know he's definitely made racist.
Everyone's racist.
He's definitely made racist comments. I know that he's definitely
Okay,
made
first
racist
of all,
comments.
this is 1940. This is like 1930. Like big man. Isn't that surprising?
Yeah.
It's not surprising.
Like,
it's not
I mean,
surprising.
It's
Yeah.
not surprising.
Yeah, but then so
When
yeah,
you look at people behaving like how everyone was behaving at the times, it's like
exactly. So So if anything, it's not that people back then should be demonized thinking the way they thought.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, you should just celebrate more the people that went against the grain of thought at the time, and were like, yeah, I don't think we should be racist. I think all races are equal type shit. Those are people who should be up. They should be celebrated mad. They already are celebrated, but you should look at them a lot better or a lot more. Like, yeah, you did your bit. You went above and beyond. People that were racist, they were just status quo. How can you hate people that were status quo? Right now, we are the status quo. Like everything we do now as a majority in society is status quo. In another 150 odd years, people could be talking shit about us.
yeah,
Like, if we thought what we were doing was wrong, would we not have said some shit about it?
true.
Like, it's just about, having some context to each situation.
But then
I'm not on hating anybody for.
There was a lot of
that
words
shit.
said in your statement. But how does it tie back to how
Hey.
you feel being black in this country?
I feel perfectly
And especially
fine.
during that time.
I feel
period as well.
perfectly fine as a black person. I feel quite emotional, and I can get emotional. If there's reason to be, at the time. So last year I did get emotional. Last year, it feels like time ago. Last year I did get emotional, but that was more tied to American events and just generally how black people have been treated across the globe. So,
But does that made you reflect on your position here, innit?
It did a bit, but not majorly, just because
You're like,
I have never really.
I voted for the wrong guys.
I've never. I've never really suffered. I've never really suffered crazy, at least in front of my eyes, as a result of being black. Like I've heard a couple comments, like being called a nigger in like year 7, but that was on like the first day.
Year 7,
I was hella short.
and that's grounds to call you a nigga.
No, I was hella short, and you know
what the hell does that have to do with?
I was something like below 5 foot,
So,
and then
Yeah.
I was like trying to go class, and then I think there was
Okay.
probably some year 11s or 6 formers, yeah, very tall, and someone just said, "Oh, why do look all these niggas?" I was just like, "Damn, shit, this is how it is." But then that never happened again. I don't even know who said that.
yeah, but the thing is, it's traumatic because you still remember it.
Yeah, that's true.
You can probably remember the look on their faces when they said it. Like,
I couldn't see the face.
fair enough, but it clearly affected you enough to remember
Yeah,
it
that's
so vividly. I'm pretty sure for yourself.
That's true. Outside
Yeah.
ICT, good times.
That's crazy, man. What the hell were we meant to talk about?
Who knows, man?
went
Before we
into
got
this?
sidelined by
We need
black
to do
issues.
a proper. We need to do a proper Black History Month episode. Where we educate the people, educate ourselves. You know,
Oh, well,
Actually,
you
just
don't want
out
to do
cu-
that, Tom.
just out
you don't want to
curiosity-
educate yourself on
Oh
black.
no, so I was looking at my phone.
Nah, but that side you
That
gave.
side,
it was
I was looking
anti-black.
at- 'cause I was
sounded
looking at
racial.
my-
fam.
I was
Yeah.
looking at my phone.
I'm sorry. Tom gets quiet when we start talking about black issues.
But
Like-
you guys be at me, fam. That's all I
Tom-
do.
I have, my, I
conservative.
have my opinions, bro. Like, what? All I'm saying.
The people want to hear from you.
People want to hear from you.
Don't say Tom get silent. Because what was on about we should be celebrating people going against the grain, but myself qualms with Jeremy Corbyn.
He still has comments.
Wait,
Like,
I don't
Jeremy Corbyn
hate.
was moving. Jeremy Corbyn was an activist in the 70s. Mo has a hatred for him that's deep rooted.
I don't hate Jeremy Corbyn just because he's. I don't hate Jeremy Corbyn. I do not hate Jeremy Corbyn. I accept that he did bear
Okay.
in lots of communities actually back in the 70s and 80s, like Tom was saying. I don't hate him. I actually have nothing against Jeremy Corbyn. What I've got to say is that I'm looking at this guy like a man. It's just a man. Forget his policies and shit, yeah. And this goes for Boris Johnson.
So
too.
what matters?
No.
Forget what matters.
Forget what matters.
Forget what
sometimes.
matters.
Forget what really matters.
Him as an
You know,
individual.
certain people you look at, you just don't see leader in them. I don't see leader in Jeremy Corbyn.
And you see it in Boris.
No, I don't see it in Boris Johnson either. I said
But
about
if you have
Boris
to
as well.
pick now-
No, between both of them, I look at both of them and just look silly. If anything, yeah, those two up against Theresa May. Theresa May looks like the leader the most out of all three of them.
Fair enough.
So like, she just looks sensible. You know what I'm saying?
It's them Blazers.
It's the blazer. I don't know. She just looks on it.
Yeah.
She just looks on it.
Boris is on
Boris, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Unkempt.
I hate him.
To be fair, I was actually going to ask you, I was thinking about this earlier this week. How do you guys want to be remembered?
How do I want to be remembered?
Yeah.
By the world or my loved ones? And
Yeah, that's true.
friends?
Actually, do you want to be remembered by the world though?
Yeah.
Do you?
You want to?
Yeah. If I had the chance, I would.
Like,
Go down
damn.
like Julius Caesar in there, man. Get a statue and shit.
The fall of
Julius
Bongani.
Caesar, the Will of Bongani.
But
Damn.
yeah, just how do you guys want to be remembered? Like, if you can write your own biography from 100 years in the future,
I was someone that persevered.
and it says notable
Notable works.
achievements.
Oh,
Notable
yeah,
achievements.
Notable achievements.
Oh, I can't predict my own achievements.
No,
man. Who knows
but
what I'll do?
like, just say like 100 years in the future. Let's say it's what, like 2000, the year's 2120.
Fun fact, yeah, the people we look at like Julius Caesar, not even a fact, but the people we look at like Julius Caesar, the conquerors of back in the day, they're the business leaders of today, innit? So like people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, those are the people like 100, 200, 300 years from now we'll be talking about like these men accomplished something great. Like it's no longer about, wars and conquering and all that shit. Like presidents will go down in history. People that did mad stuff in business, like what's it called? Mark Zuckerberg's going down in business for changing the way humans interact. Like, so for us now,
Yeah,
we
but
need
that's
to do
only
something on that
because
scale.
This is a completely different era. Like, I feel like there's a gap. There's going to be a gap between those big names, like you mentioned, Julius Caesar and them, man, fucking Genghis Khan. These men have been revered and feared for time. Napoleon, bare man to talk about, yeah. But then around the early 2000s, late 90s as well, that is such that time is crazy. Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos. There's not many of them, Elon Musk as well. You can throw him in there too.
There's a couple man in China.
There's a couple man, but even then, like
Obama, first black president.
he's not going to be remembered like Julius Caesar. I'm so sorry,
Bro.
Obama's a footprint, a tiny footprint, fam. Fucking speck of dust compared to Julius Caesar.
In the history of black people, if we're gonna still talk about slavery in 200 years from now, we're gonna mention that.
Oh
after a
yeah,
certain period of time,
he'll be named as the first black
fair
president.
enough, maybe a footprint, but
He's not going to be major.
he is gonna be major. He is gonna be major. First black president. If you're a child in the year 20,
fair enough. He's
2600 whatever, and you can't name the first black president, you're a donut.
okay. Maybe I'm talking more about his effects then, because Obama will be remembered, but what will his effects have been?
He'll be remembered for.
Whereas Julius Caesar is, he's notable. Like people all around the world will know him, but his effects are everywhere.
But okay, fair enough. I think maybe 100 years is a big jump. Okay, so let's say you have, what would you want to be remembered as in a few years in the future, not too long, less than a decade. They're gonna say tough.
A decade.
They're gonna say
A decade.
let's just say a decade after you pass.
Oh,
A decade after you passed. Okay.
I don't know. He was, like I said, he persevered.
Through what?
He was an inspiration to all. I don't know.
Doing what? Like what do you
What
want
do
to
you
Some
be
do?
stuff might happen. Like Tom, I don't know what's going. Like you're talking about me talking about
tough.
possible
I'm not saying what.
achievements.
I'm not saying how do you think you're gonna be remembered. I'm saying what do you want to be remembered.
So if you could achieve anything by the time you've died, what would you want to have achieved and be remembered for?
I don't know what I'll achieve, so I'm literally
It's not
just saying,
what
What
will
you
you
will
I will
achieve
strangle you.
It's what
I will
do you
strangle-
want to achieve. What do you want to
Like
be
even
remembered
it could tough. It doesn't have to be
But
realistic.
you say remembered as.
It doesn't have to be realistic.
What do you want to be remembered for? Sorry.
You could say you
for? I
fucking
don't know
cured
what I'll
cancer.
do.
You could say I want to be remembered as a guy that cured cancer. That's some unrealistic type shit, yeah. Well, at the moment, I think that's some unrealistic type shit. Yeah. Oh, Taff cured cancer, but that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe to you, it might be cool to be remembered as a guy that did that.
But I don't know what I'll do.
It's not about what will you do. It's about if you could have done anything. Yeah. By the time you died, what would be cool to be on your thing like that?
Yeah, but then
Like if I just put down prime minister, I've got no goal to be a prime minister. But hey,
nah,
more
you
prime
man are
minister.
getting this question wrong, bro.
Getting the question.
How am I getting
Tough.
to ask you the
It's
question?
very
about-
simple, you know.
No, it's not.
Tough. You could do anything. The world is your fucking oyster. Yeah?
You're limited.
Tough. If you could paint your perfect future, yeah,
Okay.
then you now pass. What would you be remembered for?
I don't know what I would be remembered for. Like, for implies that I did
What do you want?
So I don't know.
Tough, what would you
Tough,
like?
what would you want to be remembered for?
I don't know.
Okay, Mo. What
I
do
would
you
like
want?
to
Okay,
be
no,
remembered
I'm
for my
done.
person. Oh
Okay,
wow.
You know what I'm
Oh, wow.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Mo, what do you
You
want?
man got this question
Mo,
wrong.
what do you want
We
to be
didn't.
remembered for?
What would I like to be remembered for?
Yeah.
What are your answers?
I would say I'm not actually particularly driven to be remembered by anybody but my family and close friends.
How many generations?
No, I'm just talking about like maybe two. Like I just want my grandkids to remember me. Up until grandkids, I think.
Oh.
Like because I want to hope. I hope I meet my grandkids.
Do you not want to make them proud of the Kuti name?
I just want them to be happy.
Imagine having a portrait of yourself, like generations down the line, and say that was.
But are they happy though? Are they happy though? Are they happy though? I just want them to be happy. So I like, it'd be cool if we're talking about things that would be cool. Like I'm talking unrealistic type shit now. I'm talking, like I mentioned before, first black prime minister. That'd be dope. Or I cured some shit. Maybe malaria. Fucking sickle cell. Sickle cell would be interesting to cure. Or help solve. Do some mad effort or initiative in Africa. Some drive. Those are the kind of shit that I think would be interesting. And if we're talking completely unrealistic, I'm talking about uniter of Africa or fucking president of Nigeria. I'll take Nigeria. I'll tell you this right now, yeah? This goes out to all my Africans, yeah? If I could go to Nigeria right now and just rule it the way I want it to be ruled, I swear to you, I'll fix up so quickly, fam. Yeah. Oh, no, but obviously I need Mandem to protect me in it because they'll finish me off quickly. But this is completely unrealistic. So I'm talking about if I could impose my own will on Nigeria to get it to where I know it can be.
What, the next superpower?
I don't know about next superpower.
That's what they say.
In terms of, it's already a continental superpower in Africa, which is so
But it's
crazy.
not respected as one.
It's not respected, but it is.
But it's not respected.
It's not respected.
You know, when America speaks to China, Nigeria is the uncle you don't speak about in the family. He's just there in the corner, like.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, you want Nigeria to be like, he is a
like
player
if I could
on
put
the
Nigeria
board.
on the map, but not just in terms of our music slaps or we do fraud, then that's what I like.
You mean like a real impact in the
Like a real impact in the world kind of shit.
But we need those things too, because look at Korean culture. Korean culture, like, you need some export.
No, but Korea is respected though, Taf. Like, Korea's on the map.
But they gained the respect.
No, but they're on the map. South Korea, because I'm not talking about North Korea. South Korea is on the map politically.
So's North Korea.
Not for the right reasons.
Not for the right reasons. Not for the right reasons. True. Who's in the news?
But they're also acknowledged and respected. By force.
Yeah, I don't know about respect. I don't know about respected. They're feared, fam. Yeah.
Fair.
But South Korea's on the map politically. They've got their own things going for them. Like they're the hub of technology and shit in East Asia, along with China as well, to be fair. And they've also got their culture's leaking, out of Asia into Western markets, blah, blah, blah. Like you said, there's K-pop, there's K-dramas. What's it called again? What's that show called that we watched? The Squid Game hit off recently. Yeah. There's going to be other seasons. There's going to be new shows coming out. That's its own thing.
The West has dominated so long, people are just tired.
It's true, but
and people will naturally just look for something new. Yeah. Like, the West can only tell so many stories before people are like, let me see that thing.
Exactly. And if anything, it wasn't K-pop and K-drama that got South Korea to be respected. If anything, it was, South Korea is just its own decent place. They're a respected country. They're doing well for themselves. Technology as well.
Hyundai, Samsung.
Yeah, there we go. So then they
have cities for these companies, my guy.
So when they start doing all this, not start doing all this other stuff, but when they do other stuff and it gets popular in Western markets, then it's like, fair enough, cool. And then it can maybe gain popularity if it's good enough anyway. And then you look at shit like Afro beats, and it will slap. But that's not going to bring Nigeria to the forefront of anything, fam. All you can do is say, a step to what though, Taf?
One, it gets people to want to acknowledge your country, because there's people in America, bro, that still think Africa is one whole thing. Damn. So it puts your country in people's minds, so people know you exist, right? Yeah. Then it gets your culture out there, so you have people that'll be saying Nigerian words in songs, but they won't really know what it is. But people are now more accustomed to your culture.
What's that going to do for Nigerian people in Africa?
Oh, in Africa.
Like that doesn't do anything.
All I'm saying is Nigeria needs to manage its funds. You know, if I cut a long story short, Nollywood makes a lot of money, but they don't even put money back into Nollywood. I don't know how much these actors get paid. That's why certain men leave the country, get there. I guarantee you, people like Burna Boy, Davido, the people that handle their Ps are in different countries. They're not from or in Nigeria like that, because they know the system would screw them over.
Yes. So what would you do if you...
What I want to be remembered.
Yeah, if you want
realistically or unrealistically.
Both. Yeah, shoot us both.
You can say anything. Damn near conquered Mars. Like,
then say you want to conquer Mars. Just answer the fucking question.
But I don't see the value in it.
I'm just curious about where your ambitions lie. Like some
Exactly.
people would want to be the maddest dictator. Some people would want to be the most tactically advanced general the world has ever seen. Some people would have wanted to be the most accomplished doctor the world has ever seen. Like just Tav, just
You're bro.
I just want to
Taff,
help.
I know you got a crazy mind, so the fact that you just say,
the fact that you
Because the thing is, I could say anything, but then it's like, but why? Like,
no, because
I
what you
hold
say
nothing to-
exposes.
I just want to see where your ambitions lie.
yeah.
I just want to help people then.
Cap. Anyway,
It's true. It's true. If I'll be honest, like, I want to help people because it's like, I just see a lot of sadness in the world. And I'm like, a lot of sadness comes from like money, poverty. Like, money is the root for a lot of people's sadness. So if you had enough money, like, because me, I don't care about money, but I'd say I'm quite driven now to get money. And it's weird because it goes back to that quote about fucking, people that want peace will cause war. Or like, or Machiavellianism, where it's like, sometimes you might need to do the very evil you're trying to stop. You get me? Mm-hmm. So in that way, you see the contradiction of you don't care about money, but you'll be out here doing all this mad stuff for peace. Because for me, at least it's not, it won't rule me or won't be the end all and be all. Like, I just collect a bunch of paper and say, wow, look at my millions. Like, because there's other people that are suffering, like that, need money to just get somewhere stable. You get me? So I'll just get money and start giving it away. Like,
Taff the missionary. Girls hit him
it's not that deep for me.
Girls hit him up.
Yo,
philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's good. And if you could do something realistically, just like anything in terms of, because I don't think it's unfeasible for you to be able to help people on a large scale before you die.
Mm.
So if you could do something realistically that you'd want to be remembered for, what'd it be?
That was the realistic thing.
I mean, how? Like you just said, literally
Oh,
said
give money
help
away.
people, like,
I mean, that depends what I go into. That would have put me in that position.
okay.
Like I said, I don't know what I would do. Like, nigga, I could do anything right now. Like,
We'll just take your answer as it is. Tom, please.
where am I missing?
I don't know. For me, I want to do something mad in engineering. Something that makes life easier. Like something that notably you wouldn't be able to kind of, something that would kind of become part of daily life. Whether it's in an industrial sense, whether it's like in a domestic sense. Something that
It's like the next car or something.
yeah, something that you really couldn't really imagine life without. I think that would be proper cool to do, be remembered for.
Yeah,
Okay, what about some?
It's like Alexander and Graham Bell.
Yeah.
Man did telephone, innit?
You need like the business eye as well. Or maybe something mad needs to happen to call for it.
What about energy? What if you create a
A renewable energy.
energy source?
That would be mad.
Honestly,
That would be so mad.
Arc reactor.
yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's in my head straight away. Fam.
Yeah. I can't lie.
That'd be dope.
Certain technologies, yeah. This is the terrible thing about the world. You need to be able to back your thing in it and like protect it, because you make renewable technology, Tom. There's gonna be some man that want you dead or want to kidnap you and bring you to your country so they can monopolize it first. That's just the truth. You have to fight. If you renewable energy
I'll sell to the most powerful person.
in this world, huh?
I'm not gonna lie, I'd give it to the most powerful person.
You think it's your choice who you give it to, big man? If you come out and say you've made this, you need to
think I
you need
just-
to have the funds to back.
What, you think I
like, your
just put it out to
protection.
the world? I'll be like, listen, I'm not above negotiating. I'll probably go to Russia or something. Like,
You have no leverage.
Listen, you man.
You have no leverage, fam. Once they get that arc
I'm gonna memorize all my work.
Oh,
I destroy everything. Everything's in here, bro.
yeah, fair enough.
So you can't do nothing without
Fair
me.
enough. Even if they reverse engineer it.
There you go. Sorry, the word was perpetual. I meant perpetual energy. Because renewable, we already got renewable energy.
Yeah,
like that's
sorry,
fucking wind shit. Fuck that shit, man. I'm talking perpetual energy.
He said
Never
energy
ending.
to last forever.
So fair, it's probably somewhere nuclear. Like you need to hack nuclear energy.
No, but nuclear energy is dangerous.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly. That's the issue.
Imagine
with
if there
it.
was a source of energy that was. Oh, imagine.
That was
Okay, but
as
what
u-
if
that
it
was
didn't
as
make you
useful
money?
as nuclear energy.
Useful as nuclear energy, but no downsides.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I don't think money is the issue.
Would you make people pay, or would you like to be free?
What, Tesla? Hey, listen, if I edit anything now and just take it for
To be
myself.
fair, as long as my bills are taken care of, I don't really care about how much money I make off it.
It depends. Because the issue with nuclear,
Because
the issue with energy is that I think maybe we've looked at everything on Earth. All our resources we've looked at, yeah. The whole periodic table's there. All our resources are there. We know exactly what we have so far. And maybe there's a few other things we don't know about. Mm-hmm. The one way we can get what you're talking about is if we go to space. So I think the question is more figuring out, okay, this is what we have. It's toxic. What's the best way we can contain it? That's what we're trying to look for. Like, how do we contain this stuff now to where we can eliminate the danger? Because I can't lie, I think I don't know their capabilities, but I think maybe that might be easier than going and exploring different planets to try and get some shit. We just have to figure out what we can do with what we have now.
Or even like maybe build technology that can actually go and in other parts of the ocean that we actually can't go to. Mm-hmm. Because the pressure would just crush anything that goes down.
Oh, that would be crazy as well if you build something like that.
Imagine being able to build something that can actually withstand the pressure. So that means you're able to discover all these kind of creatures.
Bro, that's a free theme park.
A free theme park.
Yeah.
Atlantis.
No, fully. You can pay people to use your machine that allows you to explore those deep ocean depths, fam. They'll be seeing scary fucking fish. You know the fish. I'm sure you've all seen that picture of the fish with the light in front of its head.
Yeah, the Nemo one.
That shit is scary, fam.
That is, man.
Imagine if you could go down there and see it. People probably, I'd pay to see it. If I know I'm safe.
Imagine there was like a whole race of Loch Ness monsters, and it was just one that was in the lake. And the rest of them are in the parts of the ocean that we can't get to.
The fuck was he doing around here then? You're a long way from home to get caught slipping like that.
Maybe when Pangea split up, bro, it was peak for him. Man got caught in the wrong part.
Fair.
That's true. Oh, discovering Atlantis would be cold as well.
Would you do Virgin Atlantic then?
You mean the galactic?
Yeah, trips to space.
No, I'm good.
Why wouldn't you do that one? But you want to go deep in the ocean?
Because I can still come back to land.
No, Tom. That thing breaks.
Tom.
The pressure.
You're dead.
First of all, I'll be the masterman.
You'll be the masterman.
I'm not taking the first trip down.
Who is a teddy bear?
You can volunteers.
There'll be volunteers. Same way there's a volunteer.
Just use animals. What the hell's wrong with you sending humans down there?
You'll need people that can actually operate the machinery.
Train a chimp.
No, stop it.
What do you mean?
Chimps can't do everything, fam.
Yes, they can.
You need a human to go down there first.
Yeah, but what's it called? Yeah, I wouldn't be the first one to go down there, but I think just, again, the money, I don't think money is really the issue. I think the only really issue that money would come to play is when it comes to funding for that kind of project.
You need resources.
But apart from that, I don't really care about the money I make off it, but just being known for doing something so revolutionary, I think is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. In a way, that's what they say about men. We want things to outlive us. Like our legacies and children.
Like deep it. Imagine, like, you create a legacy with your name.
Yeah.
Like your name is now remembered.
And in a way, you live forever that way.
And not for something shit that you did.
Just look at Adam.
Like everyone's gonna remember the guy that fucking Everyone's gonna remember Osama bin Laden, but I wouldn't want to be remembered that way. Everyone's gonna remember the guy that what's called that Oswald brother, the one that killed JFK.
I mean, apparently killed JFK.
Okay.
It's a conspiracy.
I just don't think he killed him alone. But anyway.
Who knows? Who knows?
But what's it called? Yeah, but I don't know. It just depends on how you want to be remembered. I'm not talking about money and whatnot, because again, money goes, but deeply, legacy lives on. So,
yeah.
This is not the way this episode
was supposed to go
at all. You meant to talk about some timeline topics.
But that's how life is sometimes, You plan some shit out, then it goes completely left. Like,
wise words from Mo.
It is what it is. Like, you plan to settle down at the age of 30, 35, and then suddenly your girl gets pregnant and you're finished. And actually, that brings an end to this podcast episode. So,
we're wrapping up here.
I made it sound very cryptic. I am not pregnant.
Mo, do you have something to tell us?
I am not pregnant.
What about you? We don't think you're pregnant.
No, I was trying to make it seem like that, but then I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You're wild.
I'm not doing that.
They were going to sort this cut out.
Yeah, that's getting snipped.
Clip
this. We're posted in 9 months' time.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated
with a picture of Mo and his Mo Jr.
Trust me. But let us know, what would you do if you want to leave a comment about how you'd like to be remembered. Do you disagree with what Taf said, which is, he doesn't really understand the question clearly. But
the question was long. It was too hard.
But give us a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and their friends, and their friends. Share it to your family as well.
Guess the 200 subscribers, guys.
Guess 200 actually.
We're at
that's true.
177 right now.
Forgot to do it in the beginning again.
No, man. I'll quickly do. Take a pause.
This one isn't coming out this weekend, so we still have
Oh,
another
fair
episode.
enough.
Yeah, we can actually drop something as well. That's to be fair. That's fair. But it's been your host, Mo. Found out on the pod. Sorry, who's Mo? Found out on the pod.
You got it.
AKA the champion. You know what it is. You know I'm a wild card sometimes as well. You know I dibble and dabble. But I've been joined today by
The voice of the streets. You got your boy Tom. Listen, it is we also.
You know, you had who's tap and it is what it is over here. Yeah, man, AK the champion and found out.
And sliding out.